Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar bourbon foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker breathing super heavy. Was it the cake?
Just a nice, full, relaxing inhale is what that was. Just it feels. A lot of people will relax with a cigar. Some people relax with a cigar, bourbon, and fine pastries.
And Pepperidge Farm coconut cake. We are smoking from Caldwell Cigars. This is what they call, I forget what they call it. They call it the Malpensante. This is from their crafted and curated a selection. It's the Savages line, the Malpensante. It's a mouthful, coming in at $17 a stick, which is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Sumatra in the binder, Dominican in the filler. And now I am going to touch this up right now. I have not touched it for a little while here. I think it's smoking nice. I think there's a really nice flavor to this. We were expecting much more spice. No. And I'm totally down with that. There's a nice richness to this cigar. I'm a fan, and I think except for the fact that maybe it's a little tight, it's a little overly packed, and it has 3 bands, and that is making you very unhappy right now as you try and take the band off there.
I cannot get this band off.
I got a knife if you want.
I don't want to resort to violence. There we go.
Violence against the band?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I don't need a knife. I don't want to shiv the cigar.
Right? It's not like you're Altamont on the Stones. I mean...
Yet. Give me one more piece of cake and I may be.
$17 a stick. It's a nice smoke. Fingers, I understand. You'd rather be at $13 a stick. This is something in the humidor.
Yeah, I said
there's really something nice here.
Here's one thing I've noticed though. I don't know if this has been the same for you as far as your experience. The cigar hasn't changed all that much.
No, it hasn't. We haven't seen
nothing wrong with that.
Growth or movement, I should say, on the cigar. This is the second time in a row something like that has happened. I am okay with that. I am okay with that. Because there are a couple of these flavors, right? There's that leather bit that's happening. You would question whether or not there's like a walnut that's going on here. It is just, it's well presented. It's well played. That leather is there. I think that, this idea of espresso, is there a coffee element undercurrent? Yes, I do think that there is. I don't know if I would call this overly tobacco forward in terms of big tobacco flavor, but it is really an enjoyable, worthwhile stick. It's smoking very, very well. It's really, there's more about depth. There's a richness that's going on in the cheek, on the tongue. Like it quite a bit.
Yeah, and my only hesitation about the cigar was the price point.
Right.
I was hoping you were going to say $12 to $13 a stick, $17 a stick. That's where I start to pause a little bit, but. Because for me, I haven't had the issues you've had when it comes to the draw. The draw's just fine for me. It's been low maintenance. I haven't really had to touch it up all that much. Maybe just once or twice.
I've been pretty good with the maintenance too.
So $17 a stick. Yeah, I could see one of these in my humidor.
Now, what we're drinking is the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage Barrel, coming in at 100 proof, aged 7 years. I am a believer that people will like this. I just don't think it's for me. The bourbons we've done over the last couple of weeks have been sweeter at higher proofs. This was a little more bitter finish for me, and I don't necessarily mind bitter finish. This definitely had a sweetness to it, but it wasn't as big as some of the other ones. You are like, this is a solid presentation.
Absolutely. And again, not to sound cheap,
right?
But I was hoping this was going to be under $50 a bottle. You got $61.99. Yeah, it's still in my liquor cabinet though. Neat. I got a little bit of dried fruit. There was oak. The finish, there was for me a little bit of a chocolate finish, and then the typical Tennessee whiskey banana hit.
I'll give you first of all, I got no banana, but I'll tell you how palates change after having that cake. Mm-hmm. Take the nose. The brown sugar in this jumps off the charts.
That's crazy.
It was sweet before. The brown sugar, we tried this Pepperidge Farm coconut cake that Fingers Malloy grew up with. The brown sugar is off the charts now because of that.
That's wild. So you've got yours on a big rock?
No, I've got a couple of cubes right here.
Oh, okay.
Water brings down proof. That's what it does. But you add a little bit of water, you add some cubes to change the complexion of the drink. Some flavors more pronounced, some more muted. We always do this. You want to do this. You do not know. That's me pouring from one glass to another. That's how you know it's fresh. You don't know how you like it yet. You have no idea how you like your bourbon or your whiskey yet until you try it in all of the ways. So I've got a couple cubes in there, small cubes in there. I'm going in.
He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing the Kentucky Chew. And
Okay.
now you were saying it felt a little thin to you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if my palate is screwed because of this cake or if the ice really does open up a little bit of thickness. The heat is still there, center chest. It wants you to know. It wants to introduce itself to your sister. That is, hold on.
Oh, good for you. Going in again.
Yeah, I know that's not for me. I am totally aware that is not my drink.
Just too sweet.
And that is somebody's drink. Someone is going to be very, very, very happy with that Jack Daniels. And so he's going in. Fingers Malloy added a little bit of water to his. Again, open things up. See what flavors move and maneuver. Are we affected by this cake? Which absolutely is possible. Certainly on the nose, I already am. But go ahead.
I got banana right away that time.
Really?
And it brought out there's more vanilla than there was before. That candy, I want to say that dark fruit isn't there. Chocolate on the finish again. Yeah, that's solid. I can understand why for you that may be a little too sweet. Really, with the cake chaser, it makes it even sweeter. But again, I $60 a bottle. It's in my liquor cabinet, but I wish it were under 50.
Yeah, and I get why people are going to raise. By the way, that was the Costco price. I've seen it at other liquor stores for $84.
Okay.
Right?
I've struggled with 84.
This is a great example of recognizing a little bit of like how we do things here and why we do them the way we do them. We don't have a grading system. We don't do points. We don't do any of that stuff. What do we think? And then at that price, is it in our liquor cabinet? In the end, it's up to you to decide. Having done this now for how long have we done this show?
8 years.
Has it been that long? No, 7 years?
Didn't we start in 2018?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Good for you.
The one thing that we have truly come to understand is that everybody is going to apply these things differently, these values in terms of what they like out of a bourbon or out of a whiskey. But sometimes, and I will say this to our credit, we have gotten to the place where we can say, I know it's not for me, but I know who this is for.
Yeah.
Like you can see where this is, how they have come together with this 80% corn mash bill, corn, malted barley, and rye, and where that drinker is. They're there. This exists for somebody. So Jack, you didn't miss. It's just not for me. You didn't miss at all.
And that's another reason why we don't do the whole point system. And, it's because you don't know what the reviewer had to eat today, what they had to drink today. We're trying to give you an honest opinion on that moment. What did this hit? How did it hit us? And you know what? Somebody who's really breaking down bourbon, they may not be smoking a cigar at the time. They're not eating cake.
Let me give you a translation of what Fingers just said. Here at Eat, Drink, Smoke, we are not pompous jerk faces.
Wow.
I think that's what he just said, and that's the way we like it. That's the way we like it. That's the way, we like it.
How it hits us could be completely different than how it hits you. This is just our opinion of what we're experiencing right now.
And I don't know if $61 is going to be too much for a lot of people. I get where you want to be, but I think it's going to work. Keep it here. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke.